of Crete, Ariadne, the daughter of the formidable King Minos, and the ill-fated Queen Pasiphae. Queen Pasiphae was very unlucky as she bore a child who is half man, half moon. While across the sea in Athens, a young man named Theseus emerged as a figure of bravery and resolve. He killed the Marathonian bull that had caused all the trouble. He volunteered to be one of the tributes for that year. He wanted to save Athens from the gruesome yearly tribute, and to do this, he had to kill the Minotaur, and so he set sail. The story goes that when Theseus and Ariadne laid eyes on one another, they fell in love. Therefore, Ariadne began to devise a plan to save Theseus. Before Theseus entered the labyrinth, Ariadne visited him secretly. She gave him a ball of thread and told him to tie the end of the thread to the door of the labyrinth and unravel the ball of string as he traveled through the labyrinth's various twists and turns. That way, once he had killed the Minotaur, he would be able to find his way back home.
I remember that night as vividly as if it happened yesterday. They stood on the beach, two black figures highlighted by the moonlight. Silver tears glinted on one shadow's cheeks, while cutting cheekbones betrayed no sense of remorse on the chiseled features of the other.
What are you saying?
You heard me, Ariadne. I do not think you should come with us.
Why not?
Because it would not be right.
That is not what you were saying before, Theseus. I help you escape. I help you defeat the monster that has been tearing apart our kingdoms for years. You promised me I could come with you. You promised me we would wed. Why are you not upholding your promise?
I am sorry, Ariadne.
Theseus, please.
But times have changed. I am sorry.
This is not you, Theseus. Please do not make this decision now. At least sleep on it. Fear manipulates the mind in unimaginable ways. Theseus, I'm begging you. Do not make rash decisions. You know how badly they end. Please, for me.
You saved my life, Ariadne. For that, I will do as you ask. But do not expect my decision to be any different.
Theseus nods, walking away to the others so he can tell them of the change of plans. When they all settled down for the night on the shore, he made sure he came far away from the girl who saved him so that she wouldn't realize that the plan he knew would end up breaking her. Without Ariadne, Theseus never would have escaped the labyrinth. Her quick thinking and cleverness gave her the idea of using string to help Theseus find his way out of the labyrinth. Yet, despite her help, Theseus abandoned her on an island on his way back home. When Ariadne woke up, they were all gone.
Is it thus? Oh, Perfidius, when dragged from my mother's land shores. Is it thus? Oh, false Theseus, that you leave me on this desolate strand? I snatch you from the midst of the whirlpool of death, preferring to suffer the loss of a brother rather than fail your need in the supreme hour. Oh, ingrate!
Ariadne sat on the shore, sobbing into her shawl for several hours, before he finally approached her. To this day, he's still not entirely sure why he even did it. Dionysus means he had met up with her several times before Theseus came along, mainly because he felt connected to her in a way that was exquisitely alien to him, and never in his entire existence had he felt the way that he did when he was with her. That fact alone made her incredibly interesting to Dionysus, let alone her courageous personality. Despite all this, however, approaching her after Theseus so cruelly left her alone on the shore probably wasn't exactly the most rational decision he made in his existence.
Ariadne?
What? Oh, it's you.
Just me, in all my golden glory. Are you alright?
Of course not. He left. After he promised he would take me with him. After all that I did to help him. He left.
What can I say, Ari? Men are idiots. All they do is think about what benefits themselves. You hardly ever find one who actually has a heart.
You're a man. You speak as if you have seen more sides than one things when it comes to men.
You could say that. I'm sorry that he left you behind, Ariadne. But Theseus is not worth your tears. He proved that by leaving you behind after all that you did for him.
I guess I didn't know him as well as I thought I did. I'm not as intuitive as everyone thinks.
Even the most intuitive can be fooled by a well-woven lie. Do not blame yourself for being tricked into hoping.
I thought I could finally get away from it all. From my twisted kingdom. From my family. But I was foolish to think I could really escape it.
You still can.
You are not who you say you are you? You lied to me as well.
Technically, I never said who I was, so I never lied. I merely omitted the truth.
Who are you? Who are you giving me false hope? You cannot help me escape. Not even Theseus could.
The difference between Theseus and I is that he couldn't help you escape because he didn't want to. I want to help you escape.
Who are you?
You want the truth, princess? My name is Dionysus.
Dionysus? My lord!
Ariadne, get up!
I am in the presence of a god. I am blessed by your presence.
Ari, stop it! Just because I have revealed who I am to you does not mean that you changed the way you treat me. That's why I didn't want to tell you who I was. You know me.
You are a god. How can you expect me to not treat you differently?
Yes, and you are a human being. Let's stop stating the obvious. Now, do you want to leave or not?
You would really do that? For me?
For you, princess. Anything.
A big grin breaks out on the Ariadne's face, and she throws her arms around Dionysus. He freezes for a second, taken aback by the sudden movement, and she stiffens, falling back to look at him.
Am I not allowed to do that?
No. On the contrary, you were the first person to hug me.
Really? Surely not.
Is it really so hard to believe? From the way the world has become, is it really so hard to believe that gods do not hug each other?
But you are not like them. Are you Dionysus? You are closer to humanity than they are. That is why I know you so well, isn't it? You're drawn more to humans than the other gods are. You are very familiar with emotions. That I can tell. Your very existence depends on your interactions with humanity. How could you not have become more human than other gods?
You say that you are not intuitive.
It is strange. The sadness that gripped me so entirely has almost completely disappeared, yet at the time it seems like nothing would make it go away. Why is that?
I have that effect on people. I'm just an extremely lovable person.
That may be true, but I still have only known you for a few weeks. How can I be sure that I can trust you?
You can't. So if you do not trust me, if you do not feel the way I suspect you do, then I want you to tell me to stop.
Ariadne's breath hitches and she watches Dionysus with wide eyes, but does nothing to stop him from curl his hand around the back of her neck and press his lips to hers.
Do you trust me now?
That's manipulation.
Yes, it is. Did it work?
No, you did not need to manipulate me, Dionysus. I had already made the decision without realizing it. You just helped clarify that to me. Now, let us go, before my father realizes I have finally escaped.
As you wish, princess.
Do not call me that. I am not a princess any longer. I'm free.
All of a sudden, Ariadne stiffens, a strangled gasp tearing through her lips. Dionysus prone, looking over his shoulder.
Ariadne!
Ariadne crumples to the ground without a sound, her soul slowly floating to the sand next to her like a leaf that been torn unwillingly from its tree. Dionysus breathes, his eyes widening.
Ariadne, are you alright? No, this can't be happening. Ariadne, please look at me. Don't leave me.
Dionysus.
Ariadne!
Dionysus.
Why? She did nothing wrong.
I am sorry. I did not know she meant anything to you.
I was standing right there, Artemis.
I could not make you out from where I was standing, Dionysus. Nevertheless, I was only going on my orders. What's going on? It is unlike you to be this upset over a girl. A human at that.
What orders, Artemis?
You know, I am not at liberty to reveal those details, brother.
And you know I will not take no for an answer. Artemis, please. You know I do not ever beg for things.
Someone prayed to me and said Ariadne disrespected and shamed them. The acts they disclosed gave me no choice but to kill her.
And you didn't decide to find proof for the allegations before you ended a life like you normally do? A human life, Artemis. Since when have you been so eager to kill without proof? That's not like you.
We're only upset because you were closer to the situation than normal, Dionysus. The fact remains that she...
Absolutely nothing wrong. Artemis, Ariadne was the most beautiful person I knew. She will have done nothing wrong. I know of it.
Dionysus.
Would I lie about this? You know me, Artemis, you know me. I am never serious about these kinds of things.
Even if that was true, you cannot do anything about
You
it.
think so? Watch me. Watch me, Artemis. I've been itching to yell at Hades again for something. He's incredibly fun to piss off.
You can't! Dionysus, you are being too rushed. You know someone cannot be saved when they have been killed by a diet.
I don't care. It cannot end this way.
It already has, brother. I'm so sorry, Dionysus, but she's dead.
After Ariadne died, Dionysus traveled to the underworld and brought her back to life to be his immortal wife. He defied her as the goddess of paths and labyrinths.
The god in his chariot, wreathed with vines, curbing his team of tigers with golden reins. The girl's voice and color and Theseus all lost, to whom the god said, "See, I come more faithful in love. Have no fear, Cretan, you will be bride to Dionysus. Take the heavens for dowry, be seen as heavenly stars, and guide the anxious sailor often to your Cretan crown."